Thought I'd do a quick intro on how the Record Doctor vacuum cleaner process works, the way I've figured out works the best with a lot of trial and error. So here's the unit, and if you get the Record Doctor 5, it will look exactly the same. The case won't be shiny, but otherwise it functions the same way. So the key to this that I found is they provide you with that solution with the Record Doctor. I buy this in addition. This is the Enzyme cleaner. And as I mentioned before, apply it with a kabuki brush, which you can buy at a drugstore. I got this at Walgreens for about $6, and this is very valuable to the process. So here's one of these RCA 0.5s that I bought used, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of dust on it from the jacket. Um, Not as much on that side, so we'll put one side up. You just put it on the spindle and put the clamp on it. It's a manual machine, so you have to turn it manually. But what I do is take a good portion of the enzyme cleaner and create a puddle on there, and then use the kabuki brush to distribute it as you turn. And you can push down as hard as you want, you can't do any damage. And I'll usually rotate it in one direction until it's completely distributed. And then I will flip the brush over and go in the opposite direction, so you really work it down into the grooves. Now the key with the enzyme cleaner is the first application when you clean a record for the first time. If you have a used one or a new one, I always do this, you need to let this set for 3 to 5 minutes so it really soaks in and breaks up whatever grime there is in the grooves. So we'll assume that this is set for 5 minutes and it's soaked in as much as it's going to. Then you take it and you flip it over. And what I usually do is, there's a brush that comes with the Record Doctor, and I usually will do this in between vacuuming, just that way it gets the dust off that would have been in the fibers from that side. As you can see how they build up there, that was the side down. So now when you're ready, you just put the wet side down. You turn on the machine. Now it's very loud, so I'm not going to turn it on right now, but assume it's turned on, and then you rotate it. And just like when I apply the fluid, I'll go one direction several times and then go back the other way. And then after doing that several turns through, and you want to go fairly slowly, you can take it off, turn off the machine, take it off, and then you'll see that all the fluid will be gone after you vacuum it. So with all my records, I will do the application of this on both sides, let it soak in, and if you want to, you can do a second treatment. The second treatment, you don't need to let it soak in as much, or you can use this for the second treatment. But the key is, for the enzyme, you want to put it on the first time and let it sit for a few minutes before you vacuum it off. Once it's good and clean, when you put it back inside the record sleeve, these plastic sleeves that come with a lot of the classical ones are good. If you have paper sleeves, it's a good idea to replace them with the plastic ones. I know you mentioned that static electricity is a problem in your house, and that's very common in the wintertime when it's dry. This process will eliminate static completely. So you'll want to put them back into plastic record sleeves rather than the paper ones, because the plastic ones will not build up any static. The paper ones will. So after you've cleaned your record, put it back in the sleeve. The next time you want to play it, you don't necessarily have to use the enzyme cleaner a second time. Once it's been deep cleaned the first time, you can do this for before every play. So this is really valuable when you buy used records that are dirty, even on new records, because brand new records that have never been played before have a mold release agent that's still in the grooves. When they press them, they spray. Think about it like if you're going to cook an egg in a pan, you spray it with Pam first. They have an anti-stick release agent in the mold when they press a brand new record, and some of that is always still in the grooves. So this will take that out as well. So first time you clean the record and deep clean it, use your enzyme cleaner, let it set, vacuum it off. Second time you clean it, and every time you play it, if you want to clean it then with the Record Doctor wet solution. That will get rid of all your static electricity. So I'll turn this on quickly just to show you that it's quite loud, so it sounds like a vacuum cleaner.